Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to do the final update to a very popular video started last June titled, "My ex ruined our family, left us, and now is furious that I'm dating a younger woman." And guys, that's the story about the guy. He was married for a number of years, had 2 kids. This dude is in his 40s now. And after he discovers that his wife was having an affair for a year with some younger guy because she wasn't getting the butterflies in the marriage, and ruined the family, ruined the marriage. And eventually she's the one that wanted the divorce, I believed, and they parted ways. And in the beginning, the husband played the role as the nice guy, trying to essentially listen to all her problems and all that, win her back, and obviously wasn't getting anywhere. But eventually realized the hell with this and moved on. And they got divorced, he has his own place, all that stuff like that. And when he started moving on and started dating other women, particularly this chick, and started being indifferent towards the ex, then all of a sudden she wants him back. Also because her Chatter Tyrone lover dumped her. And the whole story is about how she was trying to get him back, but he's not having it because he finally sees what she really is, doesn't need that in his life, doesn't trust her. And she starts harassing his new girlfriend, who's this young, good-looking Asian chick, calling her a gold digger and all that, harassing her on social media and all that. And that's how the first story ended. The second story was about a continuation of the drama and harassment, and she even got to the point that she was the woman, his ex joined an F-inist group, started hanging out with a bunch of F-inists and trying to make him out to be the bad guy here because he's dating a younger woman and she's alone, even though she ruined the marriage. And this guy's not having it, thank the Lord. And she even confronted this guy's girlfriend in a parking lot when she was with his daughter, causing a lot of drama and causing him and the girl to kind of keep their distance from each other. And that's where he left off. It's a whole shitstorm, and I'm hoping that this is going to be the end of it for this guy. But he writes in today with an update as to what's going on with his ex. And let me tell you, the fireworks haven't stopped, how things are going with his current girlfriend, his kids, and all that. And he's hoping it's wrapping up this saga. So we shall see. Because in a way, there never really is a final update in this channel. It seems like these things just go on and on and on. So, he starts off, he says, "Hi SSM. Again, I'm sorry that this update took a while. I need to focus on fixing my kids' relationship with not only Min, but their mother as well." Bro, there's no rush. Everybody knows about your story, you know? "We started to bond more and talk more frequently. Work has made me busy these past few months, and I'm trying my best to have a good work-life balance to hopefully ensure that I'll always be there for my family. With you and your viewers' commendation, I've really put my foot down on Amber and threatened her with a restraining order. And she literally had a meltdown, but has stayed away since." He said, "The confrontation was ugly, but I will elaborate later. I still watch your content, and I'm amused at how many Ambers have popped up in your stories recently. Truly is a name that describes a new generation of toxic gals who want to use their men for their resources." Yep, pretty much. A very popular story I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is about the father with his daughter who was a teacher and was discovered on OnlyFans. I know a lot of you guys saw that story, and he was referring to his daughter as Amber. It's quite an appropriate term used nowadays. Well, good for you, sir. You're doing your best to navigate life amongst all the craziness that's going on. He says, "Anyways, this is a good and mildly spicy final update. I decided to move away since both my children are adults now and have their own places to stay at. My younger son is going to another country soon for college, as he just got accepted into a scholarship, while my daughter is now living on her own to lead the responsibilities of being an adult." Dude, that's great. This is a rare situation, because your kids aren't that old, and the fact that your daughter's on her own, learning the responsibilities of being an adult, your son's going off to school on a scholarship in another country, I think that's very cool. I'm hoping he majors in something sensible. You're doing your job as a parent very well amidst the chaos that's been going on. Most parents are not doing that, raising their kids to be prepared to be on their own in the world. So good for you. "I've stayed in the house that me and Amber have married to for a while now, and I believe that leaving the house will remove any residual connections I have left with Amber. So I moved to a smaller but more luxurious apartment close to where my family lives and where my friends are. I've actually been planning on downsizing for a long time, and I guess now was the time to do it, since an apartment cleared up most recently. So I'm assuming you're going to then eventually sell your old place, unless you're renting it out. Don't leave it empty. Do something with it. Location isn't 100% perfect, but hey, nothing in life is. My son still stays with me, but he'll be leaving in a few months, so he will use the guest bedroom until then. Min and the kids have reconciled. They're still in good terms, and heck, she keeps in touch with them more often than I do. She and I decided to continue our relationship, maybe in 1 or 2 years' time, maybe. He says, maybe. I'll think about letting her live with me, but for now, she has her own place and I have mine. There is no rush, brother, and I know you know this, given that you watch my stuff. This dude, for you guys, in case you may have forgotten, he's a relationship guy, okay? And I believe it's because of religion and his culture that marriage is important to him. He's a relationship guy, so okay, it is what it is. He is more than aware of what you have to watch out for and all that, and I'm pretty sure he knows. Take your time. So yes, with Min, if things continue on as they are, and I hope they do, if she's good to you and fun and all that, and keeps her ass thin and in shape, that you take your time for even considering having her move in. And the only reason you should move in, bro, or have her move in with you, is if down the road you are dead serious about getting married to her. That is it. There's no other reason why. Okay? But it sounded like in your description in the previous story, she has her shit together. Her own career, does well for herself. Because, guys, in case you remember, she got his daughter like an internship or a job working where she worked to help her out. And that's where a lot of fireworks went off with the guy's crazy ex. Now for Amber. Crack open your beer, guys, and get your popcorn ready because this is going to be drama-filled. You and the viewers have advised me to get a restraining order on her, and I had the papers ready-made. I haven't submitted them to the attorney yet because I actually talked to Amber to put an end to this nonsense. I messaged her that I wanted to meet at a mutual friend's property, a small cafe to clear the air between us, and she agreed. Our mutual friend was unbiased at the situation, and he really helped me out by giving me a venue where there'd be witnesses in case Amber decided to lie about the situation and falsely say things about me. Very smart. You have learned a lot from watching content like mine as well as other guys out there. I know I'm not the only game in town. Very good idea. Meet where there are a lot of people out there, witnesses, and you guys are about to see why this was a good idea. So when Amber got there, she tried to apologize for making my life really hard recently. But it's because she just can't stand the fact that I'm moving on so fast from our old life. Moving on fast. After she let it out that she's been cheating on you for a full year with some young dude because you weren't giving her the butterflies anymore, you were still there to listen to her problems and be there for her and all that. So you're not moving on fast. You reluctantly moved on because she wanted the divorce. Okay, this was her mistake, not yours. But big shocker, she's putting the blame on you. She told me that she wants to rekindle our old relationship and how Min was nothing than a gold digger. Yeah, like you're going to take relationship and advice about women from the woman that ruined your marriage and has been a psycho. Amber brought out the tears and said that she's been trying to reach me, but I've been so cold and indifferent. You've been cold and indifferent because of how she's treated you. I know she's chasing after him when he's now indifferent. How about that, guys? She tried to rationalize her outbursts and rage-filled episodes as proof of her love for me and that she will always be the jealous type. Yeah, what a great reason to give her a second chance to get back with her because she'll always be the jealous type. Justifying her actions, huh? However, she quickly started to blame me for how cruel and shitty I've been to her. She also started howling at me about how I could just let some random woman take her place in the family and that I should also check my male dating privileges as it's hurting her for some reason. I have no idea how it's hurting her. Back to the old male dating privileges. You mean that, guess what? Men that have their shit together, women are attracted to, whether they are 5 years younger than them, 10 years younger, 20 years younger. At the end of the day, she's not getting anywhere because of who she is and how she acts. Male dating privilege, my ass. And yelling at you. Again, she's the one that ruined the marriage. You know this. The kids know this. Your whole family and friends know this. Tens of thousands of dudes all over the world know this because of your story here. I stopped her in her tracks after that because I was so fed up with listening to her garbage and just said I was happy without her and I did not want to get back with her, and I reminded her of all the things she had previously said to me, like how our marriage was loveless, or how she resented me for holding her back, or the fact she had a year-long affair just because she had butterflies in her ass, or something like that. Correct. And take a wild guess how him pointing out the obvious things that happened in her ruining the marriage, guess how she took it. Let's just say it's a good thing that they're in a public place. I guess this triggered her because she quickly went from the depressed, lightly crying state into a manic rage, calling me a heartless woman hater. How is he a woman hater if he's dating another woman? Explain that to me. And how she has already humiliated herself multiple times by apologizing for her past mistakes, and how she's been rehabilitated into a better woman through euphemism, and how it isn't fair that she is alone and miserable while I'm having the time of my life with some Asian, W-H-O-R-E. Let's go back. Rehabilitated into a better woman through euphemism. If her behavior in rationalizing all her actions and blaming everything on you instead of her is a better woman through euphemism, well, that's a perfect example of the times and modern euphemism and why it's a sham. And more women are starting to realize that. At the end of the day, things didn't work out the way she thought they would, and she doesn't want to be accountable for her actions. And obviously, as you mentioned in the previous video, that she hangs out with a bunch of single, divorced, unhappy women too, Misery Loves Company, and they're all of this mindset. So they've all convinced themselves they're the victims and the men are the bad guys. This is horseshit. Any rational individual, man or woman here in this story, would see she's the nut and this guy is not in the wrong. At that point, some of the staff were staring at us, so I quickly ended the confrontation by telling her that I had the papers for a restraining order and screenshots of her racist messages harassing men. So if she did not want legal action, then it would be best if she stayed away. Good for you, brother. I'm glad you got the paperwork done. We all told you to do that. It's unfortunate you had to do that bullshit, but you have to do it. It looked like she was going to throw the whole table at me, so I decided to bounce before it got even uglier. She screamed that she still had more to say, but I left without looking back, though I was afraid that she was going to throw something at me while I wasn't looking. Yeah, that's all you need is a freaking plate thrown at your head or a coffee mug or something thrown at you. But then again, if she did, well, you got a whole room of witnesses for assault. And I bet you she would have flipped the table pretty soon. Yeah, what a great reason to get back with her, huh? But it's your fault. It's your fault, sir, for making her act that way. That was a week ago, and me and my son have just finished putting our last of our stuff into the new apartment. I couldn't bring everything with me, so the rest of the stuff I could not bring, I gave away to some family. Amber is aware that my son and I have moved away from the house and has told our children that it feels like everyone is abandoning her. Oh, poor her. The kids still love Amber, but they feel like they want to distance themselves from her since she's been on edge these past couple of months. The other day, she is their mom, and you didn't mention like she's acting like a wacko to them, but you can't blame them at all. She hasn't tried to contact me or Min or even talked about us since my confrontation with her, and everything seems to be normal now. I'm adjusting to my new life in a new neighborhood close to where I grew up. I'm also going to miss my son. I already miss my daughter, but I'm just glad they turned out to be mature and responsible adults despite everything that's happened over these past 6 years. Yeah, guys, this has been going on for 6 years. It's not like he got over her in 1 week like she's making out to be. So yes, SSM, that hopefully concludes my story. Overall success story for me. Thank you, SSM. May God bless you and your viewers. Well, brother, for your sake, I do hope it's over. I do hope all this BS stops for you, because you certainly, after 6 years of this turmoil, you deserve a truly clean slate and to be left the hell alone. But unfortunately, I just don't see that happening. I mean, there's a reason some of these stories turn into final updates, because these things never stop. But I hope in your case that we won't have to keep enduring this crap. I think it's very good that you got right there the paperwork. Here's the restraining order. All I have to do is give it to my attorney, and off we go. That'll get her to back off. Let's hope. But again, great job with your kids, man. I think it's awesome they're doing well. amongst all the turmoil they've gone through, and I hope things go well for them. And as for you, you know, it sounds like you're about my age, mid-40s, I guess. I forget exactly what your age is, but we're pretty close in age. Life ain't over, bro. You got a clean slate. The kids are legal adults now. They're off on their own. You raised them well. Now you can start doing what you want in your life, and sky's the limit. Seriously. If you don't do it already, as the personal trainer in me, I'll recommend join a gym, get some exercise. We're not getting any younger, so you got to take care of your body, take care of your health, eat well, minimize the crap, the drugs, don't do any drugs. Minimize the alcohol, minimize all the other crap out there, junk food, that shit. Eat clean, eat healthy, exercise, do things you enjoy, hang out with your bros, hang out with the family that you like. Pursue things you enjoy, maybe rising up in your career. Who the hell knows? The sky's the limit, man. And as for your ex, the hell with her. Let her rot, okay? It's not your problem. And if she starts bothering you, file that restraining order. And again, as I said earlier with your new girl, Min, I know you're a relationship guy. You want to get married one day. Take your time. Remember, when you start feeling the urge to move things a little quick, remember all the shit you went through. And when the day comes that you truly think you've gotten to know her well enough, you've gotten to know her family, you've seen that her family's normal, they have a good relationship, you see she's a good communicator, she's supportive of you, she's good with money, all these positive things, she has your back and all that, then maybe you can consider tying the knot again. My opinion on it, but I also recognize you're going to do it anyway, so I'm trying to give you the best advice I can to minimize any potential shit. And then if you do it, again, the restraining order is what the hell is it called? I can't think of it right now. You know what it is. I truly can't think of the freaking term now to protect yourself. Prenup. There you go. Amongst anything else your attorney can recommend to protect yourself and all that. And then you do it again, learn from your mistakes in the past, and hopefully you won't repeat this shit. But I gotta say, if she's staying with you, and she has her own career, her own money and all that, and she's still staying with you in spite of all the shit that's going on with your ex, that could be saying something. So hopefully she's one of the rare ones that actually have something good going for them and that can actually work out for you. I wish the best. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Give this guy a shout out of encouragement. And guys, if you have a great story like to share, by all means, email to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I will cover it down the road. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.